Good morning, students. Welcome you all in the class of English. Myself Kamalnath. I am going to explain you the concluding part of the story Zero Hour. This is chapter 6 that we are learning this week, and this is the third video and the last video of this week, in which I am going to explain you the last part, concluding part of the story Zero Hour, which you have been enjoying this week, about a boy whose name was Bobby. Let us see. Alexander Blade. You remember this name? Alexander Blade is the writer of this story, and we are going to know what happened to Bobby, who had already planned to go to moon with his dad, who was a scientist, second top scientist, and he was so confident. He did every effort to fulfill his dream going to moon. But what was the obstacle, what was the problem, or what changes came on the way? That is what here in the story, in the last part. If you have read, certainly you must be knowing the last part, the concluding part. Here we will see here in the summary and see what is in the last. At first, thinking about it, he had been scared in the beginning when he thought all this, what he was going to do. It was indeed a very dangerous, very daring work, daring plan that he had made. Being a child, to go to moon, he was scared indeed, he was frightened. But after Bobby realized how proud dad and mom would be, he made up his mind. He thought that whatever would happen, but when he would surprise his dad on the way going to moon, his dad would be surprised, and at the same time, when his mother would come to know, she too would be happy and proud of him. Now, crouched beside the grating, he was quite attached to the grating. That was what here? The metal frame window near the ship, near the spaceship. He waited while two men, technicians in white overalls, those two men were technicians, walked by that side. One of them said, they were talking, they were conversing. One of them said, well, whatever happens, she will make a big splash. They were talking about the ship, a rocket, which was going to launch on the surface of moon. So they were talking about this mission, about the success that was expected from that mission. You said it. Hope the brains know what they are doing. They were no doubt surprised to know about the work that the scientists had set. They had planned. That made Bobby mad. Who said Dad didn't know what he was doing? Dad was just about the smartest scientist in the world. He was very confident about his father. His father was well-known scientist, second topmost scientist, and the smartest scientist. He just believed. He was determined about his father. After the two men left, he waited a long time. When the two men, those who were talking about the plan, about the mission, about the scientists and their plan, when they just left, Bobby waited a long time. He heard voices, people, those who were coming and going. So he heard the voices, but no one came inside. He could not see anybody. He only could listen the sound, voice of the people, those who were talking. Taking a deep breath, he opened the grating, the window-like frame that was here made of metal, and got out of. He got out of that window of that frame. It was only 4 steps to the open port of the rocket. Only 4 steps he had to move. There was a little ramp and they used to roll things inside the rocket. That was what here, the use of ramp, the things which were kept there rolled and just sent into the rocket. And Bobby's feet touched it, but lightly, as he jumped into the ship. He too was just thrown there, he too jumped into the ship. He found himself in some kind of a storeroom. When he reached inside the ship, he found that it was a storeroom. So many commodities and things were lying here and there. It would be a good place to hide, all right. For him, he decided that it was a good place for him to hide in that part of rocket. It was full of aluminum barrels, all the same size. That storeroom was full of aluminum barrels, and that all were of same size, exact same. He found a space between two rows and sat down and got his breath back. He made himself normal. It was indeed for a child quite a daring, dangerous work, but he had collected all his just confidence, decision, and he was doing. That was what he was guided by that determination. It was very quiet around him. The place where he was hiding, all around the place was quiet, scary quiet, frightening quiet, as really it frightened him a bit, scared him a bit. But he set his lips firmly. He kept his lips firmly here shut so that he could not make any noise. No one could listen to him, that he was hiding there. Otherwise, it would be really quite just terrible for him. He was going to the moon with Dad, and that's why he had to keep perseverance and patience. For that, he had to restrict himself, control himself until the moon had launched. John Kendall, you know very well, his father was a little late that night. Now from that scene, let us here now come to the house of Bobby. Just you leave that place and we are coming here, no doubt, to his house, Bobby's house. John Kendall was a little late that night. John Kendall returned to his house. He kissed his wife and said, "Well, did you see the big sky rocket?" He asked his wife if she had seen the rocket in the sky, big rocket that was launched. "How could I miss it, darling? Your supper is in the oven." She told her husband that she didn't miss. How could she miss? She was no doubt quite charmed only to see that. And then she told her husband that his supper, means his meal, was in the oven kept. "I could use a martini first. Coming right up," she told. "Okay, coming right up, that will be given to you." While Maria fixed the drink, John lay back in his easy chair and closed his eyes. Maria fixed the drink for John Kendall, her husband, and John Kendall lay back in his easy chair and closed his eyes to get relaxation, get peace. He had been quite busy, quite engaged that day. It was no doubt a very important day, important mission. We had hoped to stage a little ceremony, he told his wife, that they had hoped to organize or stage a little ceremony at the launching of that spaceship. But Washington said no. Washington, that is the capital city of USA. Washington means his headquarters had denied, had said no, ceremony could not be taken place. The Russians, she asked, the Eastern Coalition it was a race. That was why it had to be so secret. Washington said, light the fuse and fire the thing, nothing else. Only the A spaceship was to be launched. No ceremony and no here any kind of information. It is still hush. Means is it still hush? Means still it is secret? No, not between us at least. We fired an explosion rocket at the moon. It will hit in about an hour, and telescopes will show a big purple spot when our explosives go off and throw dye all over the place. When there will fire only due to the explosion, that a spot will be made and that a spot will be sent through the telescope in an hour, as Jane Kendall told his wife. Maria, his wife, handed him a dry martini, what he needed at that time. I see, lots of fun, no doubt, but what's the purpose of that? 4th of July on the moon. That was what here? That was the date, that was 4th of July on the moon. That will be of the rockets on 4th July to reach. Oh no, if the experiment is a success, the next rocket will carry men instead of a bomb. About the next rocket, he told that it will carry just men only instead of a bomb. Myra went to the kitchen to see about supper. John called, "Where is Bobby?" "In bed, I suppose." He asked his wife about his son, Bobby, and he himself told he supposed that he should be in his bed. What happened? Myra didn't hear, and John set his drink down and moved towards the bedroom. Maybe he was still awake. Bobby rolled over. His eyes popped open still that time, and he told, "Dad, I thought you went to..." He wanted to tell her that he thought that his father had gone to the moon. John Kendall sat down on the edge of the bed and tousled. Means he really just touched and showered love to him, telling his son's hair, just rolling his hair. "No, son, it's the old terra firma for me. Okay, it is no doubt quite exhausting and disgusting for me." What did he tell? "Did you see the rocket blast? Oh wow, it was really something. It went to the moon, didn't it?" "That's right." Kendall smiled and thought, "Try to keep a secret from the kids. You don't share. You don't tell to other your friends, to the kids. You keep it secret. It just cannot be done." "How is your moon rocket coming along, son?" He asked about his own toy rocket, a space rocket. "Pretty good." Dad," he told. "Yeah, pretty good. It's fine. As long as you didn't go. I am glad. I didn't go either. Okay, I will also not go until you go." "You are planning to go, planning to make the trip also?" His father asked him. "You were also planning to go to the moon?" "Oh yeah, I got into the rocket." He told, "I got into the rocket and was all set. I had just decided, I was set there. But I got to thinking about mom. I worried about mom. How one of us should stay and take care of her in case anything happened." Means he told that if he would have gone, who would have cared his mom? If both of them would have gone. And that's why he thought about his mother. He didn't go. Smart thinking, son. Now you get to sleep. I will have a little time tomorrow. We will play some ball. He promised his son to play a ball. And then that will be keen. His son told, Bobby told, "Yeah, that will be keen. That will be so interesting. I will be waiting." John Kendall smiled as he left the bedroom of Bobby, and then he thought, kids were wonderful. He thought about his son, what he told to him. Kids were wonderful. Give them a few old boats and a steering wheel, and they could build a ship to fly to the moon. He was thinking about the imagination of kids. And so he told, just offer him, give him some boats, okay, just boats and a steering wheel, and they will make a ship to fly to the moon. What a wonderful dream world they lived in. He thought about kids, he thought about his son, he thought about the imagination of the children. Too bad they had to grow out of it. Okay, they must come out of it. They should not always be in the world of imagination, fantasy. He thought about his son. He was thinking something else. He thought that his son was just had an imagination that he was going to moon in his toy spaceship. But he was mistaken. His son was talking about a real spaceship from which he had returned. He had gone. But the idea that came to his mind about his mother, he decided to leave, to quit his plan and return back. And then when his father returned and went in his bed, he was found laying on the bed. This was what? The plan, mission of Bobby going to moon, and this was what the end of his plan in this way. So I think you must have understood the story, whole story of Zero Hour. And in next week, from the next video, we will discuss the question answers of the exercise and many more questions from the chapter. Till then, hope you are fine, you are healthy, and you are very serious about your study. Thank you, students. Thank you very much.